Hi, everybody. Don't know if anybody's here. So this is Rising Ash Sacred Mountain. I just finally figured out how to get this going. So I'm waiting for a few people to show up, if anybody's going to show up. Welcome. I'm here in sunny North Carolina, where the rain has finally stopped flowing. I hear people doing some work up the street. So we had rain for pretty much since Thursday. It was on and off Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday it was just constant from Saturday and Sunday. And now it's a balmy, I think it's up in the 70s, maybe in the 80s, and it's warm. Kind of been cooped up in the house for several days, and so we have a lot going on. So as I promised, today we're going to talk a little bit about the Authenticity Challenge, being a greater expression of love every day, and dealing with dissociation. What do you do when you have alters and parts that want to come out? And for them, it seems like the most natural thing in the world. And for people that you live with in the 3D world, it seems is seen as a measure of instability. So we'll talk a little bit about that and how to deal with it. Forgive the noise in the background if I am outside and I'm right on a street. So I apologize about that. For those of you who weren't able to make it, my friends in Maine, some of you who are unavailable at this hour, this will be up, I believe, for at least 4 hours after. So you'll be able to watch the replay. And then after we have this discussion here, we'll move into the art room and cat room, craft room, and do some art. And yes, I have to stop saying any suggestion. Live chat is open. Feel free to make some comments. So, how were you affected by Hurricane Florence? Were you on the east coast of South Carolina or North Carolina and get inundated with storm surge, or the winds? Were you expecting a torrential downpour or flooding and were lucky enough to be spared? Are you further north in the States and now just getting the deluge? And we're thanking God or universe or spirit, for the fact that it's not as bad as it could have been. I know we are. So, Authenticity Challenge. How can you be your most authentic person? Throughout these videos, I hope to show you a real person, a real live person that lives and breathes and struggles and triumphs. I'm not going to show you a perfectly clean house because it's not real. It's not what is real to me. It'll be clean sometimes. It'll be a mess some other times. Out of respect, I'll try to have a clean environment while I'm showing you things, but I can't guarantee it'll be perfectly clean all the time. It's just not realistic. I can't promise a cat's not going to run across the video at any given time, especially when we're in the art room. Or that a car is not going to pass by and make a lot of noise. It's just not realistic. And I want to be as realistic and authentic as I can. I'm also going to be authentic in what I say. One of the things I've noticed is, as Ash, I'm a very impulsive speaker. And Mandy had taken a lot of time, had learned over the years how to take her time in choosing her words. And this is a skill I need to learn from her. And what I mean, for those of you who don't understand dissociation or don't know what we deal with, I have dissociative identity disorder. I have hundreds of parts and alters. Some are just fragments and some are fully developed identities. We're working to develop co-consciousness. Some parts have great co-consciousness and some alters have no idea of who else is out there. It's a big thing for me to put out there, really putting myself on the spot. But needless to say, it's out there. I'm Ash, Rising Ash, and I'm the one who is in charge at this point and doing the best that I can to manage the day-to-day functioning. Mandy comes out and does most of the counseling and professional work. Ebony, you'll see every now and then. She's one of the creative artists. There's also Sparkle and Glam, who are some of the creative ones. There's quite a few creative parts. That's just to name a few. I don't always know, it's not very obvious when another part comes forward, and sometimes it is. But how do you deal with that? When I'm talking about the authenticity challenge, I'm talking about being as true to who I am as I can be. And that is not denying my dissociation, not denying my separateness in selves. And in a sense, then I'm embracing them and being who I am. There are times at home when they just kind of pop out one after another. And my housemates think it is a sign of instability, and we all take kind of some offense to that, because it's like, we just need some airtime. And it's a struggle, because although, yes, sometimes it is seen as a sign of instability, it's also a way of those parts to kind of meet each other and see each other in passing as we're coming forward. I've had many people be an inspiration through YouTube, and I want to take this moment to recognize them. Two in particular. One, her name is Serenity. I think Serenity Rain. Apologize if I'm getting that wrong. She did many videos and I think she's still on the air somewhere. But she did many videos about dissociation herself. And I was really inspired to do videos, kind of blog video about healing from dissociation. I think she's done a wonderful job so far of what she's been doing, and I'm really inspired by that. And in addition, on the creative side, Josie Lewis, I discovered her channel recently because of looking for some information about art resin and a project that we're working on, which I'm sure we'll show you guys. But she seems to be phenomenal, down to earth person, and she does a lot of processing in her videos, which is another inspiration to us as well. So, that all being said, one of the things I have as a motto going on every day in my life is to be a greater expression of love. And in order to do that, I need to first love myself. And this is where the authenticity challenge came in. Is if you could pick one thing that you love, that you long to do every day, and you did it, could you do that? Could you be authentic enough to recognize what you're longing for and what you love to do and do it every day? Now, I'm not sure what it is that I'm longing and loving to do. I think the thing that I most long to do is connect with people. UPS man. So I love to create. I love colors. I love my cats. I long to snuggle with them all the time. I love my roommates, my housemates. But most of all, I long for deep connections with people. And I have found in doing these YouTube videos that somehow I feel like I'm putting out a deep connection. I'm opening myself and being vulnerable and saying, connect with me. So hopefully that's what I'm doing with these videos and why I'm trying to do a video a day. Sometimes more, but that's what I'm trying to do. So I look forward to hearing what maybe your choices are in doing what it is that you long for. At first, I thought I was longing to do art. And yes, I am longing to do art, but behind that is the deeper motivation. I long to connect with people. And it's not that I don't have connections in my life, I do. But there's this longing to connect with individuals. Well, I wonder if it's time that we go inside. So bear with me. I'm going to try to do this as steady as possible. I know some people are going to be seasick. Keep the cats from getting out.
Just letting you know that I saw Bill today, and he said that they're doing well. I did add back his stool softeners.
Yeah, my roommate's working, so you might have heard some silly. Here we are in the craft room. I want to show you the 2 pours that I did a couple days ago. Okay. You have to bear with me. I've got to find the plug. It was hanging on the chair, and I think the cats have knocked it off. There we go. Here. This is off the table. Let's see. Hello again. Let's see what we got off the table here. So, Wonder who's curious to see what we did. This is the bottle pour that was done. Try to give you a close-up. Again, we don't have a blowtorch, so we're just using the heat gun. And then this is the spiral pour. That we did. We really like the effects that we got. But we're going to do some pours today. I thought we'd work with the alcohol inks and put these up where they were drying. And we have room to do 4 pictures today, but I don't know if we'll be doing that because there's not that many people online. If you do see me, if you'd share it, I'd greatly appreciate it. So, I am quite curious about these alcohol inks and how they work on the Yupo paper. So, basically white cardstock. Cats. Hello, Sprite. Say hello to Sprite. He's my doll baby. I'm gonna get some watercolors. Okay, we got some Faber-Castell watercolors. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I need to get a cup for water. Bear with me a minute. Are you keeping the visitors company? Sprite and Shadow. Some water. I'm sorry. Yep, there's a Sprite for you. Here we are. We do no Sprite. Luckily, Sprite, you're blocking the camera, baby. As I said, I can't promise there won't be a cat walking by sometime, or the orange cat you saw is Sprite, and the little black one you saw was, or not so little black one you saw was Shadow. So I have my alcohol inks. Get some trusty gloves out. I have no idea. Again, I've used alcohol inks. Don't get me wrong, but I've used alcohol splashed onto watercolors. No, onto acrylics. I take that back. So I'm not quite sure. Back off. You guys have your own water dish. I've used alcohol splashed on watercolors, on acrylic, watered down acrylics. But I haven't done watercolor that I know of. So we're gonna experiment with that on the Yupo paper. Shadow, my dear. Oh, if we don't have a disaster with this, we'll be lucky. And I'm gonna get a few of my favorite alcohol inks. I've put some of them in Mr. Spritz bottles, Mr. bottles. And they are pretty cool. Indigo, and actually I put, I think, one of every color that I can, other than the fixatives, the mixes. Okay, so I want this to come down. We've got a kitty right here, and we've got a kitty over there, and he's sitting on the canvases, so we'll have to make sure we get so I'm gonna just spread some water, get the cat hairs off of it, spread some water over the Yupo paper. I'm not sure if there's a reason I'm doing this, or it just feels natural. And apparently there's some ink on the cardboard that is coming off. So I'm gonna, to prevent any stray ink, I'm going to come on a piece of paper here. And hopefully Now, feeling like some greens. Let's see. This light is causing- Can't see what I'm doing. Let's see. That. So this is not working. Hey, stop that. I want it to graduate when it gets to the top. So I'm just going to spread it. So I'm going to take some glue and go down. Cat hairs. So we'll do one more layer. Good boy, Robin. Okay. I'm going to rinse my brush. And I'm going to start with some dark blue. Dark blue here first. I wish you could see my cat shadow. And we're going to start at the top. And work our way down. And now, of course, we're going to have more cat hair because of the paw print. Stop. Stop. Love my cats to death, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. And touch of blue, light blue. And Shadow definitely wants to have his signature in here. And then I'm going to go back with the dark blue again without rinsing my brush, just to emphasize the top. Shadow. Okay, it's going to be all messed up anyway. I don't think you can see at all what this looks like. I'll try to. Okay. So now, let's see if I can find some dandelion or lemonade. Some dandelion. So what happens when we spray this? It's got some yellow. Okay. And I'm mixing the alcohol ink with the watercolor. Again, this is purely experimental. I haven't really done watercolors with alcohol inks. And I have no idea what I'm creating here. Just probably a mountain of some sort or hill. You can see Sprite using the litter box. So now I want to put some raspberry in this. If I can find the raspberry. How about some flamingo? In honor of my mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law in Ponte Vedra Beach. I just got that in my watercolors in the palette. Oops. So rinse this. What does it do? Here. Kind of makes an orangey. But there's a very neat effect going on here. Eventually I'll figure out how to do music in the background here. I know that YouTube has several options to choose from. So, I really don't like the fact that you can't really see very well. Okay, so now there go the dogs. Now I'm gonna spray a little juniper. And this is pretty cool. Some natural landscape taking place. Now, somehow I'm going to get a little bit of blue in here. Keep wanting to use indigo, and I think I'm worried that it's too dark, but we'll see what we can do here. Wow, that did a lot right there. So let's see what where it's going to go. Are we making a lake or? Might get a paper towel out to blot some of this. This is paper keeps moving on me. I really like this paper. I don't know that you can see it exactly. So I'm going to go back to I'm trying to find the lemonade. There's the raspberry. Learned from Florida. Cover that. Kind of like how that's coming down. They're looking like clouds. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. This looks like it's white, but it's not really. It's all purple. Colorful. And I'm going to pull some of the green back out. Same on this side. So, I don't know what we're going for here. I feel like it's a kind of lake of some sort. Oh, it's hazelnut. I don't want hazelnut. Tina. Oh. How about aqua? And let that just take effect. I'm trying to create a lake here. Lake effect. So I'm seeing here, it seems that the alcohol inks have a similar effect on watercolors as they do on acrylics. And it's really neat. So I just want that to stay like that. looking for the lemonade, which looks like right here. Okay. It's looking like a pretty and I want to get a paper towel really quickly. Maybe not. Look at that sky. See how that mixes with the raspberry. Yeah. I want clover or All right, I think I'm going to take a break. Give you an idea of where we're at with this. Watercolor and alcohol inks. Those of you who want to see some acrylic pour when I come back, it's 4:10 now. I think I'll be back at 4:30. Okay.